The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus for reading 5 minutes, published on the 30th of November 2019, updated on the 30th of November 2019, Dr. Sleep is the sequel to Stephen King's iconic novel The Shining. Here we'll be told about the already grown-up Danny. The main character and his mother were able to return alive from the Overlook Hotel. However, such an ordeal greatly affected Danny. He drank, like his father. Constant partying, nights spent in bed with strangers and homeless life, that's how his life goes in the beginning of the picture. However, we learn that he was able to recognize such a thing as the Shining. The cook from the original movie also possessed it and told young Danny about this power. Shining is something that gives its wielder mental power. Basically, he becomes something between a psychic and a magician. With his advice, the protagonist deals with the ghosts haunting him from the Overlook Hotel and imprisons them in mental caskets within himself. But his promiscuous life comes to an end. He moves out and starts a new life. The hero gets a job as a doctor and with the help of Shining helps people to heal or retire. He uses the power for good purposes. This is one of the messages of the movie: care for others and some sacrifice for good purposes. This is where the main plot of the movie begins. The point of the movie, Dr. Sleep. With the help of the Shining, Danny discovers that there are other owners of this gift. Abra, a teenage girl, becomes his new friend. They communicate through the power of thought. But then comes trouble. Our heroes learn that there is a society of people, led by Rose, that feed on the pain and fear of the owners of the Shining, and in return receive eternal life. And now they go after them, because Abra is the greatest source of this power. At first Danny is advised to give up the idea of fighting them, but later realizes that Abra will die without him. They set a trap where they kill most of the adherents of this cult. Only Rose remains. She is strong and full of rage. The heroes realize that they cannot cope with her so easily. They go to the Overlook Hotel, for Rose is unaware of the peculiarities of the place. Here they give her a fight and win. Danny releases all the ghosts he's kept inside him all these years. They devour Rose, but also take over Danny's mind. The protagonist sacrifices himself for the life of young Abra. The ghosts force him to kill the girl, but Danny doesn't give up and forces her to leave him and run away. The protagonist blows himself up along with the cursed hotel. It would seem that the ending is sad, because the character we love dies, but the girl lives. Danny's original goal is fulfilled. He sacrificed himself for her all the time and now he is not afraid to give his life for her. You can see a lot of different ideas in the movie. Danny, despite the difficulties in life, remains still as kind and pure of heart. He helps people, loses a lot because of his sacrifice, but this does not stop him. It is also worth noting the friendship that arises between the main characters. Together they overcome any difficulties. This is what Stephen King wanted to show, because the motives of friendship constantly arise in his works. In general, King creates a truly utopian world. Yes, we see death, blood, vices, but it has people like Danny and Abra in it. It's not about their shining power, it's about the power of their souls. They are almost angels in the dark realm of vice, but believe me, they will light up the world. As long as there are such pure people on earth, the world is not completely lost. It is the hope of saving the world from the filth that is pierced through the entire book by Stephen King, on which, in fact, the movie was made. The meaning of the ending of the movie Dr. Sleep. At the end, we see Abra having a conversation with Danny. But he's dead. This is where the huge mystery is revealed: there is life after death. Danny reveals that he and Abra's father have found eternal rest. But the protagonist has another thing to do in this world. He wants to educate Abra and guide her to the right path. The movie raises issues of friendship, sacrifice, responsibility and many, many others. The director of the movie creates such a concept that will be close and understandable to any viewer. Everyone sees the meaning of the movie in his own way, but it is impossible to deny its positive impact, even despite the genre. We are not frightened, we are not afraid, we are overwhelmed by the fighting mood, and we are ready to give battle to our fears. There is no need to be afraid, because only we can defeat them, no one else can cope with it. By the way, it is also worth noting the fact that Danny coped with his vice, alcoholism. Yes, it was hard, but he could do it. This movie shows that there are no unbreakable walls, there is only unwillingness or weakness of character. You can always overpower yourself and prove to the world that you are above your needs. In understanding these simple truths lies the ending of the movie Dr. Sleep. Admin.